tournament to EnVyUs. That was all the way back day one on cobblestone though, so there's a lot's changed since then. Certainly hitting the form, hitting the shots. KGB on fire in the previous matchup. But here we go, the first of what could indeed be a best-of-5 setup. Both teams 3 lives, pistol underway.
Very traditional setup from TSM here, playing A retake, having 2 guys push B. I think it's Keo. I think he already spotted them possibly, while EnVy is setting up for an A play shortly.
So that's possibly TSM reading into EnVy's tactic yesterday, because Keo would push through towards B and just sit and linger at the back every single round. Now EnVy's stacking up 4 men coming in towards B site, and because TSM didn't see them, they may not be expecting this. Occasion B's just rotating. He's going to be an upper. Dupree can get himself in a position at the back.
Yep, and he spotted the attacking terrace.
That smoke will slow things down, and that immediately is going to force EnVy to go for a full rotate. MBK fires a couple of shots through. Happy calls his troops into action, and Ape Rush is suddenly happening. Now Device and Zipnix are holding this one fairly passively, but they should have a good angle to go for a retake.
It's been a smart round for EnVy so far. They're just feeling out TSM and seeing how they play and not committing to anything before they actually know how TSM's playing.
Big tag on Device there straight away at Toxic. Kenny has got himself in there. Quick bomb plant as well before any action really happened. That grenade's going to be bang on point. It's going to knock Apex down in that corner, but he hasn't shown himself yet. Hasn't popped out. They knew he was there, but he still manages to get the frag on Carrigan. Cajun B manages to chime in alongside Device, and it's just one tapping back and forth. Cajun B going aggressive in towards main. Still doesn't get the kill. The backup from Kenny is in the background. They try and rush the defuse, but the bomb was planted so long ago. Keo will strike, and it's EnVyUs that will take first blood here in this best-of-5.
Oh yeah, and when you can hold forklifts in A main as long as they did, that's going to delay the attack, specifically when the bomb is planted towards A main. So they managed to keep it off, keep the CTs off for long enough, and made it impossible for TSM to take over the bomb side and defuse the bomb.
I'm guessing there's a pause coming in here. Yes, there is, because you can see next the coach for EnVy taking a look towards Kenny as his screen. Now he's gone diving under the desk. So who needs an admin? Who needs a referee when you've got a coach like that that's willing to just throw himself under the desk?
He's a great guy. He used to be a manager for 3D Max before he went to EnVy, and he's a super nice guy. He's always there, going to be doing whatever you need.
We heard from Astro yesterday, 2 days ago. Okay, they're all blending into one now.
I think 2 days ago.
Telling us exactly what Next gets up to, and he's just, like you say, is literally, it's like a babysitter, a manager, a tour manager, a travel agent. It's just like everything all in one, rolled into one. Yeah.
But to pick on that pistol round, that was a very smart from EnVy. They were really just feeling out what TSM was doing, and they never committed anywhere. Except for, I think it was Kenny who smoked himself into A to see what's up going on there. They then went towards B, but they noticed they got spotted really early, so they went back towards A, got the bomb down, and just held it really neatly.
So this is, I mean, this is like a default setup that EnVyUs do. They're just getting themselves in position. You'll always see Keo down the bottom of B, and well, he may just get an opening like that. MBK was with him, and oh, he managed to tag Cajun B through the wall there, and that's actually opened B side wide up. Now, the question is, will they choose to go that way? Because TSM have had to rotate for it. Carrigan is going to be a scout on scout, but Keo chimes in with the AK and just ruins the party.
Yeah, considering how much money TSM invested in this round, I'm not really agreeing with the fact how they're getting picked apart one by one. They should be stacking somewhere and taking the chance instead of trying to get early kills.
And EnVy didn't even go deep. They didn't even push onto site. That was just straight peeking.
Exactly.
Keo, well, he's on a mission right now. He's got himself a triple already. Device is the sole man left. He wants to try and keep hold of his CZ75 and head armor. He's sitting in a fairly comfortable position while the rest of his team do get the bomb plant down. Apex is sitting waiting with the bomb. Okay, now he's planted it right at the back of B. Unusual spot for it. Oh yeah, and now for Device, he's just trying to keep this CZ and armor for the next round, and maybe get a cheeky kill. Meanwhile, yeah, they're just checking every little angle apart from CT spawn, so I don't think they want to go overly aggressive. Now they find him, that's good. Happy had a Mac 10, so he's going to be able to recover that one. Is he going to pick it up? Didn't quite peek around the corner and get it, so he's expecting to be charged down, and that's exactly what's happened. You can see Apex coming this way. Gonna look around. Is MBK gonna find him? It's another. That's a really good start from Device. Getting himself a double at the end there. That worked out well for him.
At least they got 2 kills, but still, I don't agree. When you're doing a force buy, you want to have a plan of some sort. You either stack one of the sides or whatever, make a push together. But like you said, they got picked apart from very far distance, which is not something you want to do when you're force buying like that.
I mean, you could argue Cajun B was just a little unlucky because he got caught by the wall headshot. But other than that, they were picked off. Like I say, Carrigan's going to go aggressive. Happy just comes around the corner and mows him down, though, with that Mac Daddy. He's going to have to switch to the pistol. He's not going to need support here, so this is a straight-up pistol duel, and he's running out of bullets. But no, you can see that Zipnix and Cajun B do get 2 on the entry in towards B site. They will finally get in and get the bomb plant down. Device and Zipnix still coming around the sides. Device, you see, just challenging out, but backing away on vents. And I think they're going to collect what they can and maybe keep it for the next round.
Oh yeah, just try to get as many exit kills as possible. Getting those 2 kills on both rounds is a good thing going further down in a half. But that would definitely preferably get more. That's the most they can hope for at this point.
Zipnik's going to be able to get one. No! It's Kenny Ice with P250 taking down that Mac 10. Grenade being used out. That's one he just collected. Does manage to get the 1 kill. Can he get more? He's going to get the reload. We'll get a second chance on the Apex, but Apex with the AK will come out on top. And a 3-0 solid start by EnVyUs.
Now it's going to be interesting. First weapon round coming in. What kind of an approach does TSM have for their defense? Are they going to want to hold middle, or are they going to leave it open? There's a big difference in the variance that we see between teams. I think more often than not, we see teams playing heavy middle nowadays.
And this is also something, obviously they were talking about the double ops. Technically it can be a triple op for TSM because Carrigan's rocking it this time around instead of Device and Cajun B. He's going to be holding it in mid. It's the position he tends to use. Then we also stack boost there, so Carrigan might get an angle on this one. Kyo's rattling a couple of shots to Dupree, meanwhile, down at B. You can see Carrigan flashed out, forced to back away. But Happy will find one through Squeaky.
Great shot from Happy there. This is what they've been doing yesterday as well. They said Happy there at the door, open it, and try to get a sneaky entry kill, and then work on that. And
you can say sneaky peeky, you're allowed.
I'm not going to. That doesn't really go well with my tongue. Oh well, but
Apex has got a control, so EnVy have middle control now, so they can go into B, which is I think where they're going to be heading. Dupree's all on his own there at the moment. Kio's been sitting waiting. There's the bomb being handed off. Kenny S and MBK working their way into checkers through vents. Dupree is about to get tested. Cajun B is not too far away, so he'll be able to get into heaven just as they get a look around. That was a good start for Dupree, but it was quickly answered by Kenny. And now with the smoke down at CT, EnVyUs will get the plant down. The retake will be tricky for TSM. Zipnik's in vents could be a big difference here if he can come out on top in this duel. You see the shots rattling through, but nothing finding. So
it's a very hard retake for Solomon at this point. They probably want to save their weapons as they are.
I think Zipnik's, if it had landed the headshot maybe on Apex, they maybe considered their options, but the second nothing landed through, they immediately had to back away. They had invested for that AWP. They'd have had to gone on to yet another save.
Basically what happened that round was Happy getting that pick meant that there was a weakening in middle, which EnVy took advantage of. They went through there and pushed B, where there's only one CT player in there. I think it was Dupree. And that's an issue, actually. You always want to have 2 players who would be either one in vent or one in B, or 2 in B in late round, because B is a very hard site to retake. And that's putting a lot of pressure on one player when you know there's going to be a lot of players coming from a lot of angles. And I think he only managed to get 1 kill, and that's just not enough.
It's something we need to keep our eye on down at B site, because Kyo will be going there every single round. And it seems that they're quite happy to peek checkers, peek B main, and have a look towards him and get a couple of shots towards him. They're trading again, but the smoke this time will cut them off. Happy once again getting himself into Squeaky. It's a very default setup that EnVyUs do almost every round just to try and get one of those peaks.
Oh yeah, that was the name of the game yesterday as well. And as soon as it wasn't working, that's when they started to come up with different ideas. But they will keep grinding at this as long as they keep getting first picks.
You can see Happy has the angle, got himself boosted in the corner there. And Zipnix is not going to show for him. Now he will actually. He's heading towards Bod Box, but that molly's going to force him away. Apex actually caught in a real tricky situation. The spread's not quite getting to him. It is. It's just tapping on towards the side of him. And now he has to just take a look out. Zipnix in MBK's corner.
Now we'll see as Envy hasn't got any picks. Now they're going to do a setup here towards A.
Now the smoke's going to go through. Apex is going to be the man, the entry fragger to come through, and he's got himself actually into the corner, but Device, just a little message from Zipnik saying, yes, somebody definitely came through. Take a couple of shots into that corner, and they are right on point. Now EnVyUs with a 4-man, they're going to go for the rotate. They're heading towards B. Now MBK is going to push through on towards Checkers. He's going to get her back around. Dupree will find one, spins around, doesn't quite get MBK down, equaling things up. Cajun B will strike. And now in a very awkward 2-on-4. It's going to be Keo. If he can land this shot, he can. Happy manages to find Zipnix as he passes through middle. And that's how he even things up to a 2-on-2. Carrigan trying to squeak around. Does he know he's in? Keo is on point in this game so far. And he gets himself a second. Now Device, the last man standing for TSM, to try and pick up their first round in this first matchup on Cash. But Happy strikes again.
Wow. That round, there was nothing going on for Envy except for Kiyoshima.
That was a 2-on-4 situation for Envy there.
The trend right now seems to be for Envy. They try to force something towards A and then see what happens, sort of, and then they commit to middle and go towards the vent, through the vent to B. That seems to be that so far. That's what we've been doing in these weapon rounds.
Keo with Kenny this time going to challenge with an AWP. He's going to get a peek towards Cajun B. Cajun B can see, is he going to drop down? Is Dupree going to get flashed in? Are they going to risk it? They haven't smoked it up yet, TSM. So they're giving Kenny the angles.
Yeah, it seems like it's a trend for Envy here to do double ops on CT, on T side. Cash.
Well, Kenny saw the glimpse of feet, but Happy has meanwhile been found. That was over towards A site again.
I think TSM has caught up on what they want to do all the time. Envy, they figure that out.
Yeah, they triple stacked A site as well, so they were ready to make the play this time. Apex and Kenny have made the rotation, but Device catches Apex's head the second he comes around into Forklift. Now Kenny tries to even things up and misses the little shoulder shot onto Zipnix. And now this is a real tricky situation. Can Keo happen again? That's the question. He's made his way all the way around to A site, but there's a 3-man TSM defense holding this. Kenny has to land one of these shots.
MBK is going to be in a crucial part here. He's in the middle, going to be coming up in the lane.
He's managed to get himself round. There is the shot on Carrigan. Now he's going to be expecting one from Connector, but he's getting tagged up by Zipnix from the back. Beautiful shot there for Mass from range as well, but Keo is still alive, seemingly on point. 2-on-2. Cajun B and Dupree on the retake. Oh, Kenny didn't see the man that crossed. I don't think Keo's going to be expecting this. He's going for the plant. Cajun B can come up and over and find an easy shot on Keo there, but he doesn't get the kill. Finally he does, and now Kenny in a 2-on-1. Real awkward situation. Cajun B perches, waits, doesn't get the no-scope, and Dupree will find the angle.
It's crazy how Envy just manages to make rounds from rounds that are not really working out for them at all. That we saw MBK just creeping in middle, getting that pick towards A, and then it's all started to fall apart from TSM. In the end, though, Cajun being able to sneak past Kenny was the key move.
Yeah, a matter of milliseconds as well, as he just creeped past that angle as he went round the back of quad box. Crazy. So TSM, very important round for them. More importantly, they managed to rescue that AWP as well. So Carrigan's going to use that in the mid, while the rest of EMV, of course, can just rebuy straight back up. Yeah,
the hard thing for TSM as well in picking up that round is that they're getting going down in numbers all the time on every single round. If they won that one there, they were down to 2 players, so they're on very low economy still.
Keo and Cajun B once again having a little tit for tat down over at B. Meanwhile, Apex, very default, very standard setup from EnVy. Tried and tested, 5-1 up. They're going to go for a boost this time. So Carrigan is actually waiting for this. So Kenny's going to look in, but you can see Carrigan there on your screen in sandbags. There is a couple of mollies on EnVy if they wanted to try and flush him out, but I'm not too sure they're going to be ready for this position because he hasn't used it just yet. He's going to get the angle. Apex looks to be the first man that's going to come across. There's another flash to come out. He will not land the shot, and that's going to be crucial for him. Apex doesn't need a second chance as he takes the head off his shoulders, and this is going to be a straight up into B. Kyo's starting to make the move, starting to push up. Zipnik's Device pushes out of A main. Now they have the information. The rotate has to come, and it's got to come really quick because they're pushing through Checkers already. Dupree, though, will manage to find the head of Apex as he pushes straight in towards Checkers. Can he get a second? No. MBK strikes. Cajun B yet to be found. Spins around, gets one. Can't get a second. It's the bomb carrier, but he's done the damage. Kenny S all alone now as Device and Zipnik's do make the rotation. That molly will slow things down, but he hasn't got the plant in. Realizing the smoke is dissipating in CT. Whoa, but he finds Zipnix straight away, and now it's a Device on Kenny S. 2 kills for Kenny already.
Wow.
And he is on point. Woo! And that will make it 6-1 for EnVy.
I was ready to really give a lot of credit to Cajun for playing as well as he did. I mean, he was phenomenal there, just playing a lot of time, but Kenny happened. This is the thing we were talking about. If EnVy is a scary team when Kenny's up playing in standards, and wow, what a crazy clutch, and that's putting TSM in a horrible situation when it comes to their economy. They're forced for a double save here unless they want to force on the next one, which I don't think is the wise thing to do.
Dupree in real trouble there. Flames, everything coming his way. Molly's just burning him out. It is just an eco for TSM. And I don't think EnVyUs are going to make too many mistakes in this one. Happy actually going to get challenged out by Zipnix. He's taken down to 4. Zipnix might be able to strike here if he can land one more shot, and he will if he can run away with a rifle, but Kenny. This is actually a scary thing for TSM, because if Kenny is coming into today on form, as you mentioned at the start, he was only getting like 10 kills yesterday. If he's already on 8, and we're only 8 rounds in, 9 rounds in now, if he's starting to come into today on form, Happy was on form yesterday. This is the new element of EnVy. They have this new scary setup that they can start rocking these crazy big double AWPs and hitting the shots.
Oh, and we've seen, like, traditionally before in Titan, Kenny was the guy who was clutching a lot of rounds like that. And if he's going to be there doing this for EnVy down the line, it's it's going to be good times for EnVy. But in general, when you're looking at the flow of their play right now, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. They have a really good thing going on. I think this is probably one of the maps they've put most time on since the roster change, and it really shows. They have a nice little thing going on here on T-side, and TSM has no answer so far.
Let's see how this goes for them, because like you say, TSM, they're 7-1 down already. They've had to force out a couple of FAMASs, a CZ for Carrigan, so they're really on a very weak bite.
Oh yeah, they're on budget.
This has just been the economy pain and pressure that EnVy have been pouring onto them. Device has got himself in sandbags. Happy about to check the angle.
It's going to be very hard for TSM, considering they only have 1 smoke to flash to work with and 1 kit. That is a very hard.
But Device just peeked. Oh, and he manages to find Happy. Just that little pop-up. But that may well give up the position. Now, it's EnVy that we're trying to make a play on A's site. And of course, without that mid-control, this will make it a lot trickier. But they're on the take. On Keo does manage to push on through. Kenny gets the 1 down. That's Zipnix in corner. Carrigan trying to hold the angle with the CZ. He gets the 1 down. Maybe he's just done enough, because they're still on a 3v3. Cajun B looking for the angle. Smokes are going to get reapplied by Kenny, but Apex not going to get flushed out, and he gets himself a double. And now Dupree, the last man standing, with that FAMAS. He's got to save. He can't keep hold and can't keep pushing. Try and rescue what he can, because they're forced as it was. Their economy is absolutely destroyed right now. They're going to get the round loss kicking in, but still, with a forced up buy on this one, we are going to see a possible pause coming out. It will be a tactical pause now from TSM.
And that's a smart move as well. EnVy's really got TSM's numbers so far, and I do not agree with the buy they did there at all. They did not have enough equipment to work with, not enough grenades to defend as well as they need to delay the attacks. You need Molotovs, you need smokes, you need a lot of flashes to work with, and they barely had any. What I would like to see from them to do right now is just leave A open. Let them work with A, because A is retakeable. It's not an easy retake, but it's an easier retake. And play heavy middle. Let EnVy do whatever with Happy going to the door and trying to pick kills and stuff like that. Because when they're not getting those opening kills, that's when they run into troubles. But since they're given the opening kill all the time, you know, that's just an open queue for them to see, okay, they're probably going to do this. They're probably going to have a weaker middle. We're just going to take over middle, and they're going to split B. Or if, as they were setting up A attacks, you could see MBK getting creeping up in middle for free in a 3-on-4 situation and make it almost a winnable round.
But the big problem is that, like, EnVy have played almost the default every single round for 9 rounds running, and they are finding picks every single time, because they're just getting that little peek out, or they're flushing them out with mollies. They're just finding their position with ease.
Oh yeah, this is like a classic methodical way of Counter-Strike. They're not committing to heavy. They're not doing heavy A smoke strategies and stuff like that. They're just really playing by the big picks and just reading the situation and trying to really get a read on TSM and their defense.
The thing that the difference from the game is, I'm trying to think who they played actually. Was it SK? No, it wasn't SK.
Here? on Cash.
Cash.
Wait, which one? Which team?
EnVy.
EnVy, they played against Mouse Sports, right?
Mouse Sports, of course, yes, Mouse Sports. So the difference in that game was that Keo wasn't being as effective down at B site. He's going there every round, but he seems to be finding the frags, whether it be someone pushing through B main, whether someone pushing through checkers. He's getting those shots. He's, I think, at the top of the board right now. Yeah, top of the board alongside Kenny. Keo has been on point. And these are the players that, you know, ordinarily don't think step up. You don't think of Keo as like the big guy for EnVy. He's certainly not the superstar when you've got the likes of Kenny S in there and Apex now coming in alongside him. Of course, Apex always used to have a little bit more of a presence in Titan as well, but Keo doing a fantastic job coming into this game. And this is the scary thing for TSM. If everybody is on point for EnVy, then this is a real problem. Zipnik's on the creep here. They have managed to take control of the middle, but they might not be expecting him. And he does find Kenny S around the back, but Happy is ready and waiting. He won't be able to collect himself that AWP. And it was more of a surprise frag than anything. I don't think it's going to create too much of a issue for EnVy. Now, they still have Dupree with that for Mass. He's the sole man standing now as Keo manages to find him. And Keo has full lockdown on B side.
Oh yeah, and it's not only individual efforts, it's also just the collective thinking and the way they're reacting to everything and decision making and the way they're pushing when they're actually committing to something. They just go as one wave, and it's a beautiful way of playing Counter-Strike, and it's very effective.
Okay, big buy round. Now they've switched things up here. Cajun B's going to take the AWP to B site. Carrigan's not going to hold that in mid, but unfortunately for them, it is going to be a quicker play from EnVy, it seems, in towards A. Apex being the sole man that's challenging out, and he's actually Cajun B. Not too sure if he's going to get a look at him, but we can see Zipnix and Device setting up. Cajun B will take down Apex. Now they're going to actually flash themselves through. This could work out well if they can find someone through that smoke, and they will. It's managing, they both literally push through the smoke, both at the same time. Now Device in a real strange situation where he's going to smoke himself off from A main, but unfortunately EnVy are finding the frags, and Cajun B, who was down at B site with that AWP, got the kill onto Apex, but he's now all alone in a 1v3. It's just gone plain save game.
The timing of that push in the E-main was just a tiny fragment of a second off.
They both went through a main at the same time, yeah.
That's what we've seen a lot this week, actually. Especially Speedy was doing that yesterday.
Bumping in the smoke, just grinding up against each other, unknown.
TSM's decision there was to just leave middle instead, and they were playing heavy 3 on A and 2 in B, and they really wanted to take that early fight to EnVy. But the timing just didn't work in their favor, unfortunately, because EnVy was playing, this is the funny part, EnVy was playing a lot slower previously, but now this round, as TSM was pushing, EnVy decided to go on a lot faster pace. So it's one of those scenarios where it's like when you're the team on a roll, it's just all your decisions just seem on point all the time. It's a weird thing. It's like obviously you don't know what your opponent is doing exactly. There's no way you're knowing that. But it's just when you're looking at it, it just feels like they do. It's like feels like they have everything read 100% correctly every single time.
10-1 the score. That's another force coming out from TSM. They did manage to hold on to the AWP, but Dupree's already taken down by Kenny, getting that quick peek on B side, and that's actually opened things up. Cajun B's all alone here. He has got the AWP. It's possible for him to cut this attack dead in its tracks. That's a CT smoke that's gone in, so Cajun B's going to be all alone. But look at this, Carrigan coming around the back. That's MBK, the bomb carrier, he's managed to find through mid. Happy had actually dropped down, so Happy's going to get around, but Carrigan gets another, and TSM are turning this round on its head. Now, Cajun B, if he can hold them off, he knows they're going to be pushing through checkers. It's Apex that's going to try and get the peek across. Apex, though, will strike. And now we're in a 3-on-3. Bomb was recollected. Keo manages to get his hands on that. Carrigan, who's already got a double, making his way around into CT spawn.
This is scary for TSM, though. No B control whatsoever.
So Keo's gone inside. The plant will come through. Kenny's holding the back angle where Zipnix is looking to come across. He's going to actually drop down through vents.
He's going to be the key man here. He needs to get in.
Oh, Apex actually looking to flash himself for cross. He thought about going aggressive there. Device, you can see an upper, just got a glimpse of him. Kenny manages to strike. There's Zipnix. He does get through, but look at the flame damage that's worked on him. He's down to 1 health. He's got to push around, and Keo and Apex will hold strong. And it's 11-1, a fantastic T-side start for EnVyUs. However, I should point out, let's not get carried away with this. It's a best of 5. The map pool this time has favored EnVyUs, but if you look at the fact that Dusty's already removed, Cash, very much an EnVyUs map. there's still a lot of maps in there that are just set up for TSM.
Apex was the man of the hour in that round, definitely. He got that kill when it was a deficit for EnVy. He managed to get the kill on B and just totally empty B1 with that one kill.
Oh, look at that. They'd actually popped the vents themselves and not expecting Happy to come through, so Happy's aggression through mid, catching them off guard. And again, now dupreeh just going to get flashed down. MBK bursts through, quicken of the pace from EnVyUs as they charge into B site. It's going to be another quick plant for them. Carrigan's trying to go on the rotate, but Kenny, as he's set up and ready, doesn't land the first. Will he get a chance at the second? Carrigan having to back away. Xyp9x will also come. Kenny could possibly hold them both at bay. Didn't catch a glimpse of Xyp9x, but he's already expecting one to come from that angle. And now he will manage to land the second chance. So Carrigan on the save, Device on a save, TSM really in desperation mode. 12-3 is beckoning. This could be a gigantic T-side score from EnVyUs.
Oh yeah, this is getting spiraling out of control totally right now. There's nothing going in favor of TSM. It's almost at the point where you're just like thinking to yourself, yeah, let's start focusing on the next map. This is not working out too well for us right now. Obviously they're not, but it's coming to that point at this point. It's been brutal. I mean, TSM has tried everything. They've tried play mid control. They've tried play heavy A, pushing B, and all around the map. Just not working at all. EnVy is just doing all the right calls at the right point at this point.
It's just not going their way. Let's see if they can rescue anything with their final rifle round. They've thrown everything they can at this one. Carrigan's got himself pushed up earlier. I wonder if he's going to go aggressive again. Remember, he pushed through and caught MBK out last time in middle. Just instead going to reapply the smoke, not go for it this time. Happy's got himself in squeaky. He's been landing the shots here, but Device's sights are trained on this door.
Yep, another default round for EnVy here. Just trying to get that A pick first.
Sadly for TSM, they've got themselves the little turret set up over at B site, but for once, EnVy are not challenging it. Keo's way back. He's gone full passive because it's the triple AWP setup from EnVyUs, which you don't ordinarily get.
No, definitely not.
I'm trying to think, they went for this against Mouse, and it didn't work out too well then. Device does strike. Remember, he had his eyes trained on that, and he's managed to get himself a second quickly, and a third. This is what they need. Device starting to step up. Now, if they pop flash out, they might even catch MBK, who's about to get a little peek around the corner. Just got a glimpse there. Xyp9x knows that MBK is with him. Keo on the rotate will be joining them, so it seems they're going to keep on pressuring onto this A site, maybe feeding into the crosshairs of Device as MBK comes around. Is Device managed to get his fourth? He's going to get flashed out. Did get a couple of tags down, but not the shot. There it will be. That's his 4K. Can he make it a set? Yes, he can.
No,
Cajun Bees.
What a steal. No, that's just bad-mannered.
Kill secured is
Totally
what that will be
BM.
referred to as.
Totally BM. Cajun, shame on you.
I think at 12-1, they don't really care who gets the kills. That's the thing. Maybe
But you do.
you
actually do. You actually do in that situation. You're like, oh, let me get the ace. Let me get the... No, you bastard.
But he would have felt like he got it until he looked at the kill feed because he had the spray down. Carrigan going aggressive at A main, getting a peek across there and a shot onto Kenny S there, tagging him down. It was a tag for tag, actually. You can see 12 and 16 hit points between the two, so both landing shots through the wall. Xyp9x actually up close and personal. He's got himself into middle, so a little switch of positions because Carrigan decided to go aggressive, JW style on A main. MBK, that molly is going to get in towards the side. He was expecting Xyp9x to be there. It's sadly the position that Carrigan had held a few times, so they were very much looking at the angles. But now we're down to a 3-on-3 as a couple of shots have landed. Happy, Keo and Kenny all making their way towards A main, and Carrigan holding the angle.
That was very weird. Why was Xyp9x alone in the middle? There was no one really trading the kills there. So just a lot of pressure put on Xyp9x alone. Not really sure that was a smart move.
The setup they've got here is going to give Carrigan very much of the Lone Ranger situation. He's got to land the first shot as they come around. He doesn't get the flick. That means they get around. Kenny now holding that angle while the rest of his team set him up. He's going to try and flush him out with the molly. He tried to go aggressive, peek around the corner, but it wasn't to be. Now Carrigan has the support of Cajun B, who will land the shot on Keo. The second bite to the cherry for Carrigan, possibly, as he looks around. Happy's got himself into forklift already, though. And now they're going to push around point blank, and Kenny S with the Tech 9 doesn't need a second chance, and then switches across to the off, bounces into Cajun B. 5 seconds, he has to find the kill, like you say. It's going to be a 12-3 half. Still a big scoring for EnVyUs, no doubt about it, but TSM rescuing just a little from there.
That was a very tough first half for TSM, obviously. 3 rounds on CT side. It's just, the weird part is they were really trying everything. They were doing everything, but it was just EnVy on point with every decision. Every individual was chiming in, getting kills when it was necessary. That's a weird first half. I was not expecting that.
16 kills for Kenny S in that first half. Not exactly the 29 that Device got on Inferno the other day, but
yeah, more often than not, you don't need that.
No, exactly. That's a bit of a freak result, but very much showing that Kenny S is turning up today on point.
Now we see a very different approach from EnVy for the CT pistol. They were actually holding A with 2 guys. One in vents, one is playing lane, and one is B.
Yeah, Keo's got himself in vents, not challenging out towards Cajun B. MBK tagged up heavily from mid there. Oh, actually manages to land a couple of taps back on Dupree in reply. Happy looks like he's about to get pushed through the smoke here by MBK. Apex very heavily challenged. That grenade's going to do a lot of damage on towards Device, though. Straight into his pocket. It's going to be a B hit. Keo and Kenny S are the ones that are going to hold him back. Keo's right at the back of Checkers.
He's in a great position right now.
Kenny S manages to land the one head as well. Keo finally finds himself. He manages to drop Device as he moves into sight. Now Zipnik's getting challenged out. The rest of the team on the rotate. MBK's going to come through vents. He's going to drop down right on Zipnik's face, and he will catch the head. Bomb plant comes in, but it's a 4-on-2. Make that 3-on-2 as Cajun B gets dropped. Apex, Carrigan the last man standing. Every angle was covered, and Apex will manage to land the shot, and more importantly give EnVyUs that pistol round, which is really going to make it tough for TSM now.
That is that position behind that box where Kyoshim was is just a monster position, especially when you're attacking the side and just not checking there at all.
And with Kenny landing the first initial headshot as well, as soon as they pass them by, all their attention's drawn to it.
Exactly, yeah. Does play to it a lot. And then just the way you can delay and make the distraction when you're in that position all that time is going to help so much easier. It's going to make it so much easier to for the other players to rotate toward that bomb side.
Both trading the headshots, a little chat between them, sort of saying they both got that aim punch. Happy's gone very aggressive in A main. He's got a P90 as well, so he's in a great position just to spray them down. Apex manages to find Device in middle. So Carrigan looking like he's going to try and set up for some smokes towards A site. This could be a fake.
Yeah, this is a very, very great aggression from EnVy, though, because it is pretty obvious that they're going to go for some kind of a Tech 9 smokes buy with the bomb down and with the situation being what it is. So you want to take as much room away from the T's as possible. And that's exactly what they were doing, pushing A main.
Couple of shots tagging through. Happy doesn't reply. It's just like, no, guys, it's just a smoke. There's nobody there. Tracer fire going either side of him. Still, that smoke's going to dissipate in a couple of seconds. MBK's with him as well, so he's trying to get out a couple of tags on towards him. The P90 will strike, but not going to land the shots. But they are going to be expecting MBK up close and personal. They won't. He's going to get himself one not shot. The second. Great shot from Cajun B. And Carrigan's actually got into sight as well, so it's a 2-on-3 retake for EnVyUs. They're actually going to drop back and go a little passive while everybody gets in position, but Keo from range with that M4 will slow this attack and really drop it on its feet. Carrigan, what can he do with his Tech 9? He's got to try and keep his team in it, but it's not going to be. And the M4s that all survive the round for EnVy.
Very smart move from EnVy, pushing that A main. That just threw TSM's plan out the window. They were definitely going for an A smoke strat and trying to push their lock with those Tech 9s, getting early, really close combat, but that really, they never really got that opportunity with EnVy pushing, and that just nullified the round totally, putting EnVy at 14.
Does mean that TSM are just going to force straight back in their head armor, Tech 9s. 1D for Dupree. Can he manage to make anything of it? It's going to be a B push. It's 2 go through vents. They all drop into checkers. Smokes and flashes going out there, but Apex, like you say, they're 3 stacking it. Apex, Keo and Kenny all in position. Oh, Kenny dinks up heavily, but he will find one. Apex gets himself a triple, and Kenny gets the last. And that was pretty much business as usual for EnVyUs. This could be a big score for a start of this best of 5.
That was desperation. That was total desperation. I mean, at this point, anything goes when you're down as much as they were. You're just sort of trying to get lucky, especially when you're using those checkdowns. And I would say some deagles and scouts coming out into play. Let's see how they utilize that.
So EnVyUs looking like they're in a position to close things out here. Carrigan going full on aggression. We'll find a tag onto Happy, which will get followed up by Zipmix, but you can see already by the kill feed they're down to a 4-on-3. MBK just holding the angle with a FAMAS, not being able to land the shots though, and that's actually tagged him very low, giving them a little opening here. Apex so quickly comes around from the B side, gets himself a very easy double, making it a triple, and he will close things out. Great kill spread, actually.